What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite Blu-rays in my collection. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're my favorite movies, but just like, some rare ones, or just ones that I just really love owning, the ones that are formatted really well to Blu-ray. Because like I said in my last video, sometimes when movies are formatted to Blu-ray or like 4K or something, they don't normally look as good as some other ones. It just depends on like the company that's formatting it. But some of them are actually my favorite movies ever. So let's get started. All right, so first up is actually my favorite horror movie, The Cabin in the Woods. This is by far my favorite horror movie. It is absolutely incredible, so amazingly well written. This is by Joss Whedon, the guy that did Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He also did the first Avengers movie. So yeah, this movie is just very, very genius. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. I do have this on Blu-ray. I also have it on DVD, and I have the Zavi exclusive steelbook, which I think is one of my favorite steelbooks ever. But yeah, this is definitely really, really cool to own. It's just Blu-ray and DVD, but yeah, I just really, really love this movie. All right, next up is Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. Amazing movie, one of the funniest movies of all time in my opinion, and this Blu-ray is actually fairly hard to come by. A hilarious movie, seriously one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't seen it, but yeah, just a really cool Blu-ray to own. I also have this on DVD and VHS as well. All right, next up is Hot Rod, also one of my favorite comedies. I love The Lonely Island, and this movie, when it came out, it just blew my mind how funny it is. I've probably seen this movie over 100 times, realistically, and the Blu-ray is, again, very hard to find, but I was lucky to come across this. It was used at FYE for like $12 or something, which is pretty expensive for a Blu-ray, but like I said, it is actually pretty rare to come by. This is a very, very funny movie if you haven't seen it. I also recommend this. And it is on Netflix, I believe, so definitely give it a watch. Severely underrated. All right, next up is The Incredible Hulk. So despite bad reviews for this movie, I actually really enjoyed it. I remember seeing it in theaters, and I loved it. The Hulk used to be my favorite superhero when I was younger. The reason why this is one of my favorite Blu-rays is obviously because of the case. The case is just so cool. It's like this neon lime green. It's very unique. I haven't really seen many Blu-rays that like have a different kind of case cover, so this is definitely a really cool one to own. I got this on Black Friday, I believe, for like $3 or something. It was half off, so yeah, definitely a really, really cool case. All right, next up is Joker. Now, this is the Target exclusive Blu-ray. I love this Blu-ray. This might be in my top 5 favorites, just because the artwork is so gorgeous, and the slipcover is really nice too. It's really nice matte. And the colors just pop right out at you. It just looks so good. But yeah, I mean, also a incredibly fantastic movie. Probably the best movie of 2019, not including Endgame, obviously. But yeah, Joker, very, very well done. Incredible movie. Great Blu-ray. The inside artwork is actually the same as the slipcover, but I just love this slipcover because it's a really nice matte, and it just looks so clean. Another fantastic Blu-ray in my collection. All right, next up is Jonah, a VeggieTales movie. Also an extremely hard Blu-ray to come by. I love VeggieTales. I grew up with VeggieTales. This movie is actually very good. And yeah, I lucked out and I found this on eBay for a pretty good price. I think it was like 20 something, or it was like $18 or $20, something like that. But yeah, definitely worth it. It comes with Blu-ray, and it also comes with the DVD. So very cool to own. And as far as I know, they only made a limited amount of these. So it's definitely really cool to own in my collection. All right, next up is going to be Kingsman, The Secret Service, the premium edition. So this is one of my all-time favorite movies for sure, probably top 10. The sequel's awful, but the first movie is just so well done. Definitely my favorite spy movie, and I'm not even that big on spy movies, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. So yeah, it's just, it comes with the Blu-ray here, the premium edition. It just looks so cool too. I love the artwork. Blu-ray and digital, and there's some more things in here, but I'm actually going to be doing a separate video for this as an unboxing, just to show you guys what this looks like and the inside and everything that it comes with. It's very cool, and if you haven't seen this movie, I definitely recommend it. It is fantastic. All right, next up is one of my most recent Blu-rays that I got in, Matilda. So I showed this in one of my last videos, but I just seriously can't stress enough how amazing this reformatting looks for Blu-ray. It looked so good. It looked like it was made 2 years ago when realistically it was made, what, 15, almost 20 years ago? So yeah, definitely a really nice Blu-ray. The movie is fantastic. It seriously is. I just rewatched it again, and it holds up. The inside artwork is actually really cool too. The Blu-ray looks really nice. Yeah, everything about this is a yes. All right, next up is going to be Napoleon Dynamite. So this is the 10-year limited edition Blu-ray. Also one of my favorite comedies. So good. It's so dry, but just so funny. It really set the tone for future movies and just shows in general, just comedy in general. You know, all those like really dry humor, like sketches or just movies or TV shows in general. So yeah, definitely a really funny movie. And this Blu-ray is really cool. It was, I think like 20 or 30 bucks at Best Buy, and then it was on sale for, I think, like $7. So I bought 2 copies. I still have another one that's sealed, but yeah, this inside just looks so good. The artwork is fantastic. Oh, I love this. And then you open it up, and then you got Napoleon Dynamite right there, and then you have the Blu-ray back here and the DVD right here. But yeah, the artwork is so good for this, and yeah, definitely worth the $7 brand new at Best Buy. Oh, and another thing to add, this case right here, this is actually like a nice fabric, and you can feel it, like the Liger stripes. I really love the attention to detail in this. Yeah, definitely worth the 2 copies to buy, because I just want to keep one sealed, and this is my main copy for watching. All right, next up is Peewees Big Adventure. My favorite Tim Burton movie of all time, believe it or not. I absolutely love this movie, and to get it on Blu-ray is very cool because it is fairly rare, and I do already own it on DVD, I believe, but this Blu-ray copy looks incredible. It looks so good. It was remastered very well, and yeah, definitely a hilarious movie and a beautiful Blu-ray. All right, next up is this ultimate classic, The Room. Amazing movie, awful movie. Tommy Wiseau is a genius. That's all I have to say about this. All right, I'll say a little more. I got it off of his website, and then I bought a second copy off eBay just for one to be open so that I can watch it, and then one sealed so that I can just collect it. But yeah, I mean, this god-tier movie deserves a Blu-ray release, so thank you, Tommy. All right, next up is School of Rock. Also one of my favorite movies of all time. So good. Timeless. You could just keep watching this movie and it just gets better every time. I got this brand new at FYE, I believe, and it was like $10-15, which again is pretty expensive for a Blu-ray that's fairly old. So yeah, a little hard to come by, but definitely worth owning on Blu-ray. There's a bunch of extra special features, as most Blu-rays come with. So yeah, awesome movie. All right, next up is Shrek. Awesome movie. One of my favorite animated movies of all time. And I got this with the slipcover, I think for like $3 or $4. So definitely a great deal. Really funny movie. The sequels are but the first one, I absolutely love it. Definitely rewatchable. I might actually pop this in right after this video while I'm editing just to watch it because it's just so good. And the Blu-ray just looks so good too when you're watching it. It's just so crystal clear. All right, next up is Sky High. Severely underrated movie. So good. I just rewatched it. It still holds up. But yeah, you can tell this is like one of the older Blu-rays because this is how the covers would look on Blu-rays like when they first came out. But yeah, I got this on Amazon, I think brand new for like $10. So not super hard to find, but you know, not a lot of people know about this movie. It's just incredible. All right, next up is Spy Kids, the triple feature. I really love the Spy Kids movies. The third one's pretty trash, but yeah, the first one and the second one are just so good. I love Robert Rodriguez as well. So to come across this triple feature on Blu-ray was really cool. I usually don't like covers like this, though, where it's like all 3 of them, but I mean, who cares? It's all 3 Spy Kids movies, and this one's pretty hard to come by, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really see it on like eBay or Amazon anymore, so yeah, I think I got this for like $7 or $8, which is amazing. And then here's the inside, Spy Kids 1, 2, and 3. I wish the third one was Blu-ray 3D, that'd be sick. But yeah, definitely some really cool movies. All right, next up is The Stupids. A hilarious movie. And fun fact about this actually is not a Blu-ray, it's just the DVD. But my brother knows that I collect Blu-rays mainly, so he actually made this cover for me to make it look like it was on Blu-ray. This movie will never get a Blu-ray release. It was just so low budget and like no one knows about it, but it's really funny. It's Tom Arnold. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's just severely stupid. And it was based off of an SNL skit, I believe. And I love how it says Ultra HD at the top as if it's a 4K copy. It's so good. But yeah, really funny movie, but one of my favorite Blu-rays for sure, just because, you know, the amount of work that was put into it and that it's not actually ever going to get a Blu-ray release, so it's kind of like an ironic one. All right, next up is a very underrated movie, Upgrade. Fantastic Fantastic movie. I like to say that it's kind of like Black Mirror meets Hardcore Henry, if you've seen either of those. So yeah, this is actually a very hard one to find as well. And if you do find it, it's usually pretty expensive. So I was lucky to come across this, I think it was brand new, at FYE for about like $15. Definitely not a bad deal. And you need to see this movie. Just watch this movie. It is seriously incredible. The Blu-ray looks really nice too. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites in my collection for sure. All right, next up I'm going to be showing you my favorite movie. I have 4 different Blu-rays of it. Don't judge me. So here we go. All right, we got the regular US version, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, by the way. My favorite movie. Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy. Got it with the slipcover. Looks very cool. It's also the collector's edition, so it comes with a bunch of special features. All right, next is going to be the other collector's edition. So this is actually an unofficial cover. Someone made this on eBay, but I really like the cover, and I thought the spine was actually pretty cool. So yeah, I bought it for like $4 or $5. I just like to have like different copies of some of my favorite movies, so yeah, this one's really cool as well. All right, next up is going to be the comic book art style. This is limited edition, and I'm pretty sure it was only released in the UK, so that is the UK version. And last up is the very rare Japanese release. So this actually had a slipcover, but I took it off because I like the cover art on the front instead. But yeah, I just had to get it, you know, in all different formats. So there's 4 different Blu-rays of my favorite movie of all time, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. All right, and last up are going to be the 3 A24 movies that I own. So first up is The Disaster Artist. Fantastic movie. And I'm so glad I finally found this on Blu-ray. It's usually really expensive. I found it for $7.99 at Book Off, which is actually a really good deal. A24 movies on Blu-ray specifically are kind of hard to come by. And when you do come by them, they are pretty expensive. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about this is that it did not come with the slipcover. So I might honestly buy another copy just for the slipcover. And I don't really care that much about slipcovers, but my other 2 A24 movies do have slipcovers, so I just kind of want them to match. So that brings me to my next one, Swiss Army Man. Also a incredibly fantastic movie. The only thing bad about this is on the slipcover there was a sticker, and I tried to take it off, and now it looks awful. But still, yeah, very, very good movie. This is also on Netflix, as well as Disaster Artist. Definitely check these out. These 3 that I'm going to be showing you are my favorite A24 movies. All right, and last up is one of my favorite Blu-rays and one of my favorite movies of all time. Probably my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Good Time. Absolutely fantastic. I showed this in one of my previous videos when I got it in, but yeah, this movie is just incredible. I think this was like $20-something for the Blu-ray, which is pretty expensive given the fact that it came out a few years ago, but still, yeah, definitely an incredible movie. The Safdie brothers killed it. Robert Pattinson killed it, but yeah, this Blu-ray is beautiful. It's still sealed because I've just been watching it on Netflix. I watched it like 8 times already, and the slipcover is just so nice. Very vibrant colors. So yeah, definitely my favorite A24 movie and in my top 5 movies of all time. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for today. Just showing you some of my favorite Blu-rays in my entire collection. I love collecting Blu-rays. I will start collecting 4K soon once I get a 4K player, but as of right now, these are definitely my favorites. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll be back with more videos soon. Like and subscribe, and have a good one.